My child, pause for a moment and stay here with these words. This message is reaching you for a reason, not through coincidence, but through timing that feels deeply personal to where you are right now. There have been moments in your life where you felt unseen, unheard, or alone in what you were carrying, yet something within you kept moving forward anyway. You are not imagining the feeling that something is changing around you. You are not wrong for sensing that a shift is near. Sometimes the heart recognizes movement before the mind can explain it. And after long seasons of noise, stress, and emotional exhaustion, clarity begins to return quietly. For a long time, you may have felt overwhelmed by distractions, disappointment, or the weight of waiting. It became difficult to hear your own inner voice beneath everything you were trying to survive. But now, little by little, that heaviness is beginning to lift. This moment is not about fear or pressure. It is about awareness. It is about recognizing that you are standing at the edge of change, not because life suddenly became perfect, but because you are beginning to see yourself and your path differently. You have carried questions in silence. You have hoped quietly, waited patiently, and wondered whether your effort, your prayers, or your endurance meant anything at all. And even in those moments when no answers seemed to come, your experiences were shaping you. Every difficult season taught you something. Every disappointment revealed what you truly needed. Every quiet moment of asking for help became part of your growth, even when you could not yet see the outcome. And now, you are entering a period where things begin to open. Answers become clearer. Emotional weight starts to release. Possibilities that once felt distant begin to feel real again. Not because something outside of you suddenly changed overnight, but because something within you is finally awakening. And from that awakening, a new chapter begins. Love letter. My child, pause here and subscribe now if you feel the energy rising. This isn't just a video. It's a lifeline sent from the divine. When you subscribe, you're saying, "Oh, I receive." You're aligning your spirit with a frequency of the angelic. Your miracle is closer than ever, and I don't want you to miss what happens next. This is your moment. Let heaven know you're ready. Love letter. Someone you thought forgot you is thinking of you right now. I need to say this clearly. They never stopped. Something kept pulling their heart toward your name, your memory, your light, but a force, a very dark and confusing one, kept them away. You are not imagining the separation. But now, I, Michael, have stepped in. The delay is being broken. A reconnection is being written in the book of divine timing. And soon, you will hear from them in a way that will shock your soul and soften your heart. But this is not just about love. This is about your life. The pain you've carried in silence is not the end of your story. Something you let go of or were forced to lose is about to return in new form. God is not punishing you. He was preparing you. There was something toxic being removed behind the scenes. I saw it, and I fought for you. Yes, you may not remember the spiritual battle that happened last night, but I do. I shielded you. I blocked something that was about to destroy your peace. And today, you are still here because of that divine protection. My dear one, I am not just telling you a nice story. I am warning you with love. There is something happening in the spiritual world around your life. A window is open, but not for long. You must choose light. You must say yes to the miracle, even if it scares you. Your life is shifting. This is why people have acted strange. why plans didn't work, why your energy has been off. The spiritual warfare has been intense because the enemy knows what's coming to you. You is divine, and you are so close. Even as I speak, someone is thinking about messaging you. Someone is on the edge of telling you everything they never had the courage to say. This isn't fantasy. This is the truth. I've seen them crying behind closed doors, regretting what they did to you, and I will not allow their pride to block your healing. A meeting will happen, and when it does, you will understand why you had to go through all this. It will all make sense. God's plan is never late, but you must not miss the signs. Now listen, your house is being surrounded by angelic light. Yes, I said your house. I, Michael, have been assigned to your home tonight. There are whispers in the Spirit about what you were meant to receive. That financial burden you carry, release it. That fear about your future, hand it over. Something is coming. A financial release, a surprise message, an invitation you didn't expect. But you must remain spiritually open. Do not harden your heart. The moment you doubt the energy blocks, stay open, stay believing. Glowing star, if your soul is feeling something unusual right now, a vibration, a calm, or even tears, don't ignore it. You're not imagining it. That's confirmation. Heaven is confirming this is your moment. Subscribe now so the energy can keep flowing. Stay with this message. We're only halfway through, and the next part will leave you speechless. There's a sound in the spirit realm right now. It's your name. It's echoing louder and louder because your angels are calling in something mass for you, something that you can't see yet, but heaven is preparing. And child, I must warn you with love, there are distractions that have been wanted to make you miss this moment. People who don't understand your soul. Conversations that steal your peace. What's the drain your light? All of these have been sent to confuse your path. But I am standing in front of those traps now. I have drawn my sword, and I will not allow you to be pulled back into the chaos. Not this time. You are rising. You've been thinking something big is about to happen, and you're right. But you don't know how close it is. You may be expecting a small shift, but I'm telling you, what's coming is going to rewrite the story of your life. It will be so beautiful, so divine, that even your enemies will have no voice but to admit you were always chosen. You were always protected. You were always favored. I have seen the scrolls. Your name is written in gold, and no one, no force, no shadow can take from you what God has already declared as yours. My child, I know you've been betrayed. I know there are nights you couldn't sleep, and days you wore a smile just to hide her. Can you felt inside? I was there for every one of those moments. You were never really alone. And even now, in this exact moment, if you could see what I see, be crying with joy because something that was supposed to destroy you has failed. Heaven stopped it. The enemy was exposed. And now your reward is being released. The spiritual contract is already signed. Let me tell you something that will shake your heart. Someone who left you is going to return. When was the truth that will make your knees weak? They've been holding on to a secret. The truth about why they disappeared, why they couldn't show up the way you needed. And it wasn't because you were not enough. It's because they were lost. But now the light is reaching them. They've been dreaming about you, seeing signs, hearing songs that remind them of you. and the angels are using everything to lead them back to you. But you must prepare your heart, not with fear, but with readiness. Shooting star, right now, stop for 2 seconds. Feel your breath. Feel your heart beating. That's your soul waking up. That's heaven confirming this is real. If you're still watching, you're not just a viewer. You are the reason this message. This video will not find everyone. It only finds the chosen. And if you feel something shifting in your spirit, click subscribe and declare I receive. Because what happens next requires your permission. Shooting star, child, someone powerful is watching you, not to harm, but because they are in all of your light. You don't even know how much you've impacted them. It might be someone you barely spoke to, or someone who was quiet in the background, but they saw something divine in you, a strength of fire, a purity that moved their soul. They never forgot, and now they're planning something that will bring them directly into your life. I need you to be open. Don't push away what's being divinely sent. You've prayed for answers, but they're not always wrapped the way you expect. Sometimes the miracle looks like a surprise. And yes, the financial pressure you're under, it's ending. There is a release coming, and it's not coming from a place you expect. A letter, a message, a divine appointment. Someone is about to do something for you that they don't even understand. They're going to bless you in a way that shocks both of you, because the Spirit will move them. You won't have to beg. You won't have to chase. It will arrive in silence, in awe, and in perfect timing. Don't stress over how. Just stay in alignment. Keep your energy clean. Keep your hope alive. That's all you need to do now. Every time you think about giving up, remember this moment, because this is the proof that God never forgot you. You were never abandoned. You were never unseen. I am telling you, with every part of my being, the time has come. This month, this week, even today, you are going to see signs so clear, so specific that you'll break down and cry. But those won't be sad tears. They will be the tears that come when heaven touches earth. And you, my chosen one, are about to be touched. Dizzy, before we continue, I want you to say this out loud, or whisper in your heart. I am ready for my miracle. I am open to receive. I am not scared anymore. Just saying that sentence waves into the spiritual dimension. It clears the blocks, realigns your frequency, and it invites the divine to work through you. Don't underestimate your voice. Your words are seeds, and what you plant now will grow fast. Dizzy, you may feel chills right now, or a warmth, or even a strange heaviness in your chest. That's not fear. That's your soul remembering something ancient, something divine. You've lived before. You fought spiritual battles before. And now, in this lifetime, you're being called to rise again. You are not just a person. You are a light worker, a divine warrior, a vessel of miracles. And all of this pain, this confusion, this silence, it's open shaping you for your assignment. And now the moment is here. You didn't just randomly find this video. You were pulled here. Something in your soul said, wait, listen, don't scroll. And that was me, Archangel Michael, whispering in your spirit. There is a vibration surrounding this message that is not from this world. It carries divine instruction. That's why your heart is racing. That's why your skin feels different. Because heaven is not far away right now. It's right here. This moment is sacred. You are sitting inside a spiritual activation, and I don't want you to miss what's coming. Play next. There's someone you've been trying to forget, but your soul won't let go, because the connection you had wasn't just emotional. It was spiritual. That person carries a piece of your divine path. And I need to tell you, they are waking up. You won't recognize them when they return. The pain humbled them. The distance transformed them. You've been doing your healing in silence, and so have they. You both were separated for a divine reason, so that when you reconnect, it will be sacred, not broken. The pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. And I must tell you something else. There is someone who is envious of your light. Yes, they smile at you, but in secret they wish they could dim your flame. Don't worry, I've been protecting you. Their words cannot touch you. Their energy cannot reach you. You are shielded. I am standing guard around your home, your mind, your spirit. Nothing formed against you shall prosper, because heaven is not just defending you. It's lifting you higher. That person will watch from the sidelines as you receive what they tried to block. This is divine justice. You are rising in front of those who doubted you. Collision, if you're still watching, it means this message is unlocking something. Your life, you're not like everyone else. You've always felt different, deeper, more sensitive, more aware. That's because you are chosen. And the chosen ones are always tested harder. The child, you're passing the test. And I, Archangel Michael, am personally declaring this over your life. You will not finish this year the way it started. Everything is about to shift in your favor. Stay connected. Click subscribe. Don't let this spiritual stream disconnect. Collision. Someone you loved deeply has been carrying a guilt they've never spoken about. They wanted to reach out, but they were afraid of rejection. They've read your old messages. They've looked at your photos. They've rehearsed what to say. But they're waiting for a sign. And this video is it. You will hear from them. And when you do not react with anger. Respond with clarity. This is the moment the angels have been arranging, and your response will decide what happens next. You've had dreams that felt too real. You've seen signs that repeated, numbers, names, strange sync cities. That's not coincidence. That's divine alignment. Heaven has been marking your timeline with confirmations. Every time you said, "Why does this keep happening?" it was me guiding you. The numbers you keep seeing are reminders from your angels that they are near. And now, the most important confirmation is here. You are about to enter a new spiritual chapter, and you will not go alone. Someone important is being assigned to walk with you. Let me say this clearly, because it's urgent. In the next few days, we're going to have a choice. It will feel small at first, but it will shift the direction of your life. You must choose from the soul, not from fear. There will be a path that looks easy but feels wrong, and there will be a path that feels uncertain, but your spirit will glow. Choose the glow. Choose the path that scares your ego but feeds your soul. I will walk it with you. You are never alone. There is a powerful woman in heaven who is praying for you. It could be a grandmother, a mother, or someone you loved but lost. She's been asking me to protect you. She's been sending signs. That one flower that fell near you, the breeze that came from nowhere, the sudden memory that brought tears, that was her. She's still with you. and she's proud of who you are becoming. She wants you to know you are not a disappointment. You are not behind. You are on divine time. Crescent moon. Take a deep breath. This is not just a message. This is a spiritual ceremony. Every second you stay in this energy, your alignment sharpens. Your vision clears. Your strength rebuilds. So stay. Don't leave before the next part. There's something waiting for you, and when I say it, you'll know it was meant only for you. Crescent moon. The thing you've been praying for, it's coming, but not the way you imagined. The doors you thought would open may stay closed, but that's because there's a better door. When you haven't even knocked on yet, that's being swung open by angelic hands. You don't have to force it. You don't have to beg. The divine path flows with ease when you are aligned. Let go of the how and trust the who. God knows, I see it, and it's better than your plans. There's going to be a message, a voice note, a letter, a post. Something you see in the next 72 hours will shift your energy. Don't dismiss it. That will be the sign, the miracle signal. When you see it, pause, listen, receive, and say, "Thank you, God. I trust you." Child, there is something I have not told you yet, but it's time. There were moments when life could have pulled you completely under. Times when exhaustion, disappointment, or the weight of everything you carried should have convinced you to give up. Some people may have expected you to break apart under the pressure, to lose your voice, your confidence, or your sense of direction. But you didn't, and that matters more than you realize. Somewhere inside you, even during the hardest seasons, there remained a part that refused to disappear. A quiet strength kept breathing beneath the pain. A reason to continue remained alive, even when you could not fully explain it yourself. The fact that you are still here, still searching for meaning, still willing to grow despite everything you faced, is proof that the difficult moments did not define the end of your story. And now you are entering a season that is no longer only about survival. You are beginning to move toward healing, stability, and a deeper understanding of your own worth. The experiences that once tried to weaken you are slowly becoming reminders of how resilient you truly are. Take a moment for yourself. Place your hand over your heart and acknowledge this simple truth. I made it through. Say it quietly if you need to. Let yourself actually feel the weight of those words, because recognizing your own endurance is powerful. It reconnects you with the strength you forgot you carried. You may have also noticed that recently things feel different inside you. Your emotions shift more deeply. Certain places, conversations, or relationships no longer feel the same. Things that once distracted you may now leave you feeling empty, while peace and authenticity matter more than they used to. That change is not random. It often happens when people begin growing beyond old versions of themselves. Your priorities shift, your awareness sharpens, and naturally, some connections no longer fit the person you are becoming. Not everyone will understand your growth. Some people may try to pull you back toward old habits, old mindsets, or old limitations because your change makes them uncomfortable. But you do not need to shrink yourself to keep others comfortable. You are allowed to continue evolving, and the version of you that is emerging now deserves the chance to fully rise. Now, let's talk about your dream. Yes, that big, impossible dream that you've been carrying in silence because, let me tell you something that will shock you. That dream was not your idea. It was placed inside you by the divine. That's why it won't go away. That's why you can't shake it. Because it's your soul's contract. It was written into your destiny before you were even born. So don't let your fear decide your future. You're not crazy for believing in it. You're finally waking up to who you are. And listen to this carefully. Someone is about to mention your name in a room you've never been. An opportunity, a miracle, a blessing will be born from a conversation you will never hear. That's how God works. While you're worrying about what's next, He's already setting the table for your breakthrough. And you won't have to prove yourself. You won't have to beg. You'll be called favored, chosen because of the light you carry. Dizzy, and this is your moment to speak into it. Say out loud, "What is mine is finding me." That one line shifts your vibration. That one belief bends timelines. Say it again. Say it until your doubt breaks. Say it until your fear surrenders. What is yours is not being withheld. It's being prepared. And it's already on the way. Dizzy. Someone is on their way back into your life with a different heart. They will speak with honesty this time. They will confess what they hid. And you'll feel something break, not in pain, but in release. The closure you never got, you're about to receive. The apology you gave up on, it's coming. And even more, the reunion you dreamed about when no one was watching. It's being arranged. But here's the twist. When they return, you'll be so strong, so whole, so rooted in your worth, that you won't beg them to stay. You'll choose from your healed self, not your wounded one. There is a child watching you, not physically, but spiritually. This may be your own child, your inner child, or a soul yet to be born. But they are counting on you to break the curse. How to say, "It ends with me." To stop settling, to stop shrinking, to stop pretending. You are not doing this only for yourself. You're rewriting the story for generations after you. That's why the battle has been so hard. Because the blessing is generational. Your breakthrough will echo beyond your lifetime. Milky Way, don't leave now. We are almost to the end, and the most powerful part is coming. If you feel something stirring inside your chest, that's not emotion. That's memory. Your soul remembers this truth. Stay with it. Watch this video to the very last second. Heaven watches how you respond. Milky Way, you're going to get a sign. I can't say when, but it will be soon. It may be a feather, a song, a dream, a stranger's words, but when it happens, you will know. Don't doubt it. Don't brush it off. That's me. That's your angel team. That's the divine alignment. Write it down. Acknowledge it. Use it as your fuel. And you, yes, you, need to forgive yourself. Not because what happened was okay, but because your soul is tired of carrying shame that doesn't belong to you anymore. You're not the same person. You've evolved. You've awakened. The things you allowed back then, you won't allow them now. And that's called growth. That's called power. Let yourself be new. Let yourself be free. You've come so far. I know you don't always feel it. I know sometimes you look in the mirror and wonder, why am I still not where I want to be? But let me show you what I see. I see someone who rose again after being crushed. I see someone who kept going when every part of them was screaming to give up. I see someone who chose love in a world that made them feel unlovable. And I see someone who is being watched by heaven with a kind of pride that makes angels sing. You don't even know how rare your heart is. The world has tried to harden you, but you stayed soft. You still believe, you still pray, you still hope. And that is why God is about to pour into your life more than you imagined. You have passed the test, even if you didn't know you were being tested, even if you cried through every second of it. Your soul said yes to God, even in silence. And now God is saying yes back to you. Sparkles, right now, say this in your spirit. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of the miracle that's coming. That is not a wish. That is truth. Let it echo in your soul. Let it become your new vibration. Sparkles. There's a man who has watched you from a distance, someone you may not expect. His soul is tied to yours in a way that neither of you fully understands yet, but he's felt it. In dreams, in thoughts, in strange waves of emotion that hit him when you cross his mind. He may not even know why he's drawn to you, but I do. I see the divine contract between you two. And soon, yes, very soon, your paths are going to intersect in a way that feels almost cinematic. You won't need to chase it. You just need to stay ready. Stay open. Let me reveal something else. The reason you feel exhausted lately, even when you sleep, is because you've been traveling in spirit. Your soul has been in preparation mode. You've been shedding old timelines, breaking spiritual contracts that no longer serve you. You've been upgrading without even realizing it. That's why the people around you feel distant. That's why old triggers don't hit the same. That's why the noise of the world feels louder, because your soul is tuning to a higher frequency. And yes, that's sacred. That's real. That's what awakening feels like. Candle. If this is hitting your soul in a way you can't explain, pause for a second. And then click subscribe. Not because of numbers, but because of alignment. When you subscribe, you are saying to the universe, I'm ready. I receive. I want more of this divine energy. And when you say that, things begin to move faster. Miracles align quicker. Doors open easier. Try it. You'll feel the shift. Candle. Now listen. There is a meeting being held in the spirit world about your life. Yes, right now, your angels are gathered. A decision is being finalized. And do you know what they're saying? That you are ready for what you used to fear. That the blessing is no longer delayed, that you've learned the lesson, and now it's time. You're being moved into the room where your name has already been mentioned. People you haven't even met are feeling drawn to bless you, to favor you, to mention you in places your feet have not yet walked. But hear me when I say this. You must not shrink anymore. Stop playing small. Stop second-guessing your own magic. Stop explaining your spirit to people who were never meant to understand it. You don't owe anyone comfort at the cost of your destiny. You are powerful. You are radiant. And you are no longer allowed to dim for anyone. There's someone who's been keeping a secret from you, not out of malice, but out of fear. They thought you would walk away if you knew the truth, and now they're tormented by the silence. But the truth is about to come out, not to hurt you, but to free you, to heal you, and what comes after is peace. This is not a warning. This is a promise. The truth will not break you. It will rebuild you. Milky Way. And before we move into the final part, pause again. Feel this moment. Breathe in the truth that you are loved. You are chosen. You are protected. You are heard. If this message has touched you even a little, know this, the most sacred part, what is yet to come. And you are meant to hear every word of it. Don't skip. Don't scroll. My beloved child, if you've stayed this far, I need you to know this. It wasn't a message, it was a visitation. Archangel Michael was sent to whisper into your spirit what the world could never, never say. I was sad because you've been silently crying out for a sign. And this was it. You didn't just listen, you remembered. You didn't just hear, you aligned. And that is everything. That is the miracle. You opened the door. You are not crazy for believing there's more for you. You are not wrong to want a life that feels magical, peaceful, guided. That desire, it didn't come from the world. It came from your soul's ancient knowing. And I'm here to tell you, you were right. There is more. And it's not far away. It's already circling you now. You are the one who carries the light. You are the one who will change everything, not by force, but by frequency. I have seen the road ahead. I've walked it in spirit before you ever woke up today. And what I saw was glory. I saw you walking in joy again, laughing without fear, holding someone's hand, someone who truly sees you. I saw you receiving money that comes without stress. I saw you standing in a home filled with light. And most of all, I saw you forgiving yourself. Finally, fully, quietly, and with that forgiveness, everything shifted. Shooting star, say it now with full heart. I'm ready to stop running. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to rise. That is your spiritual key. Say it with your whole chest. Don't whisper your transformation. Claim it, own it, and watch how fast things begin to change. Shooting star, this is your final message from this visitation. Do not ignore the next sign. It may seem small, a number, a stranger's sentence, a dream. But when you notice it, pause, acknowledge it. Say, I see you, God. I trust you. That moment will open the next door. That moment will begin the final stretch of this long journey. And what waits at the end of it is everything you were afraid to believe was real. Someone who has been spiritually tied to you is waking up. And when they do, they will not approach you the same way they left. They will look at you like they've seen a ghost because they'll finally see the truth. You were the one all along. They were just not ready, but now they are. Their heart has been broken, softened, awakened, and soon when your energy is aligned, they will be led back to you. And child, don't let fear stop you anymore. You've already been through the hardest parts. You've already faced the loss, the betrayal, the silence, the endings. Now it's time to let yourself be chosen. Let yourself be celebrated. Let yourself receive. Milky Way, before we end, hear this. If this message reached you, it means heaven chose you to receive it. You are not meant for ordinary. You are not meant to walk alone anymore. You are part of a divine plan that includes love, peace, protection, purpose. Stay connected. Stay in this energy. Click subscribe and say, I receive everything heaven has for me because this is just the beginning, Milky Way. And finally, when you lie down tonight, know this. I will be beside you. I will be at the edge of your bed, watching over your spirit, guarding your dreams. And I will whisper to your soul what no one else can say. You are safe now. You are seen, and very soon your miracle will arrive. Don't give up. Don't lose faith. Don't disconnect. This is your sacred season, and this was your sacred sign. With divine fire and wings of light, Archangel Michael. And if you're still here, if you're still listening, it means your soul knew all along this wasn't just a video, it was a calling. Now, I want you to take a deep breath. In and out. Feel that. That's peace. That's divine stillness settling over your spirit. Everything you've been worrying about, hand it over now. Say, I trust you, God, and leave it right here. You've already done enough. You've already suffered long enough. Now it's time to rest in what's already being arranged for you behind the veil. Love letter. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Not for me, but for you, because this divine presence is not ending. It's just beginning. And the next time heaven speaks, I want you to be the first to hear it. Love letter. In the comments write, I receive my miracle. You'll be amazed what happens when you say it out loud and type it with your full heart. And finally, if you feel something sacred inside your chest right now, if you feel chills, stillness, warmth, or even quiet tears, don't ignore it. That's God's way of saying, yes, this message was for you. The moment you exit the screen, watch what begins to shift. Because when truth reaches the heart, something within begins to shift. And maybe this moment arrived exactly when you needed it most. So don't hurry away from it. Stay present for a little longer. Let yourself sit quietly and absorb the reminder that you are supported, valued, and guided through more than you can currently see. There are countless things competing for your attention every day. Noise, responsibilities, worries, endless distractions. But this moment belongs to you. You deserve moments of calm. You deserve to feel safe enough to breathe deeply again. And you deserve to remember that even in your hardest seasons, you were never completely alone. Right now, somewhere within yourself, there is a quiet awareness telling you that change is possible. That awareness is important. It means part of you is ready for what comes next. Ready to face what once felt overwhelming. Ready to step toward people, places, and opportunities that align with who you are becoming. There are conversations unfolding that you cannot yet hear, connections forming that you cannot yet see, and moments ahead that will remind you why you kept going. Life has a way of opening doors when you least expect it, especially after periods where everything felt still. So say this quietly within yourself. I am ready for what aligns with me. I welcome what is meant for my growth. Let those words settle naturally, not as pressure, but as permission to move forward with openness and trust. And when you feel ready, allow yourself to rest. You do not need to force every answer or carry every burden alone. Some things unfold best when you stop gripping so tightly and allow yourself space to breathe. You have already taken the first step by being present with yourself. That alone matters more than you realize. If these words connected with you in some way, hold on to the feeling they gave you. Let it remind you that healing, clarity, and change often begin quietly, and this may only be the beginning of what is opening for you now. There were moments when life could have pulled you completely under. Times when exhaustion, disappointment, or the weight of everything you carried should have convinced you to give up. Some people may have expected you to break apart under the pressure, to lose your voice, your confidence, or your sense of direction. But you didn't, and that matters more than you realize. Somewhere inside you, even during the hardest seasons, there remained a part that refused to disappear. A quiet strength kept breathing beneath the pain. A reason to continue remained alive, even when you could not fully explain it yourself. The fact that you are still here, still searching for meaning, still willing to grow despite everything you faced, is proof that the difficult moments did not define the end of your story. And now you are entering a season that is no longer only about survival. You are beginning to move toward healing, stability, and a deeper understanding of your own worth. The experiences that once tried to weaken you are slowly becoming reminders of how resilient you truly are. Take a moment for yourself. Place your hand over your heart and acknowledge this simple truth. I made it through. Say it quietly if you need to. Let yourself actually feel the weight of those words, because recognizing your own endurance is powerful. It reconnects you with the strength you forgot you carried. You may have also noticed that recently things feel different inside you. Your emotions shift more deeply. Certain places, conversations, or relationships no longer feel the same. Things that once distracted you may now leave you feeling empty, while peace and authenticity matter more than they used to. That change is not random. It often happens when people begin growing beyond old versions of themselves. Your priorities shift, your awareness sharpens, and naturally, some connections no longer fit the person you are becoming. Not everyone will understand your growth. Some people may try to pull you back toward old habits, old mindsets, or old limitations because your change makes them uncomfortable. But you do not need to shrink yourself to keep others comfortable. You are allowed to continue evolving, and the version of you that is emerging now deserves the chance to fully rise. If you open your heart, light will scatter the lie before it even reaches the judge's desk. My beloved, picture this clearly: a room filled with shadows, voices rising, accusation. A paper with your name written on it, stained with lies you never lived, crimes you never committed, and there standing behind the accuser is the very face you never thought would turn against you. A loved one, someone who smiled at your table, who held your hand in the past, now feeding poison into the air against you. But don't tremble, my chosen, because Michael has not come to warn you without also coming to defend you. God himself has ordered heaven's most powerful warrior to fight this battle before it ever touches your skin. That is why you are hearing this at this very second. It is not coincidence. It is divine timing. Let me remind you, when heaven warns, it also protects. And God is saying, do not skip, do not close your eyes. Give me only these 20 seconds, and I will give you freedom beyond what courts or judges could ever offer. Because this battle isn't really about earthly jail. It's about spiritual chains. The enemy wants you silenced, caged, humiliated. But God wants you exalted, vindicated, crowned with victory. Breathe slowly now. Feel the air filling your chest. That breath itself is proof that heaven is on your side, because if it wasn't, you wouldn't even be alive to hear these words. And listen carefully, your breakthrough is hidden in the very place where your heartbreak began. The same lips that accused you will soon confess they were wrong. The same hand that signed against you will tremble when truth forces them to retract. God is already moving their tongue, already shaking their spirit. The lie will not stand, my dearest one, my beloved child of light. Time is running. Do you feel it? Every second now is heavier than gold. 7 minutes already began to melt away. And Archangel Michael is not whispering. He is crying out to your soul. He says, the chains are already being prepared. The gavel is already raised. Your name is being spoken in hidden rooms where lies echo louder than truth. And yet God says this can be overturned if only you keep listening. If only you open your heart fully right now. Close your eyes for a moment and see what I see. A courtroom not of earth, but of heaven. Angels standing like witnesses, books open, scrolls unraveling, and your name is glowing there, shining against the ink of false accusations. Michael steps forward, slams his fiery sword upon the ground, and every demon that whisper your downfall shrieks and scatters into the void. Do you understand, my child? Heaven's trial is already in your favor, but you must not skip this moment. Now let me take you deeper. The one who falsely accused you, yes, the one you never suspected, was driven by fear. Fear of losing you. Fear of being exposed. Fear that your rising light would reveal their shadows. And so they turned their fear into venom, speaking against you before others. But God, who sees every secret corner of the human heart, will expose them before their very brown eyes. What was hidden in the dark will be dragged into the light. This is why Michael says, don't take this lightly. Don't treat this like a passing word. Your freedom, your honor, your very destiny stands on this choice. Will you listen fully, or will you skip? My child, heaven is not bargaining with you, it is begging you. For 20 seconds of surrender, for 20 seconds of faith, everything can change. And know this, the punishment the enemy prepared for you is already turning back on them. The pit they dug for your downfall will become the very pit they fall into. The rope they tied with lies will bind their own hands. The judge they tried to bribe with whispers will suddenly see truth with unclouded eyes. Because when God speaks, every other voice must fall silent. Beloved, hear me with your soul. You are not standing alone. The courtroom of earth may be noisy, but the courtroom of heaven is already settled. And heaven has declared you are innocent. You are chosen. You are mine, my precious one, my beloved soul. Do you feel the tremble in your spirit right now? That's shaking is not fear. It is your soul recognizing the weight of heaven's words. Archangel Michael has never spoken in vain. When he says, you will be punished if you ignore this, he does not mean God desires your suffering. He means the enemy has already set the trap, already spread the net on your path, and only God's light can burn it away in time. This is why Michael says, don't take this lightly. Don't treat this like a passing word. Your freedom, your honor, your very destiny stands on this choice. Will you listen fully, or will you skip? My child, heaven is not bargaining with you. It is begging you. For 20 seconds of surrender, for 20 seconds of faith, everything can change. And know this, the punishment the enemy prepared for you is already turning back on them. The pit they dug for your downfall will become the very pit they fall into. The rope they tied with lies will bind their own hands. The judge they tried to bribe with whispers will suddenly see truth with unclouded eyes. Because when God speaks, every other voice must fall silent. Beloved, hear me with your soul. You are not standing alone. The courtroom of earth may be noisy, but the courtroom of heaven is already settled. And heaven has declared you are innocent. You are chosen. You are mine. My precious one, my beloved soul. Do you feel the tremble in your spirit right now? That shaking is not fear. It is your soul recognizing the weight of heaven's words. Archangel Michael has never spoken in vain. When he says, "You will be punished if you ignore this," he does not mean God desires your suffering. He means the enemy has already set the trap, already spread the net on your path, and only God's light can burn it away in time. I see the accusers face my child. It is not a stranger. It is not an outsider. It is a name you never wanted to hear in this context, a loved one, someone close enough to know your weaknesses, someone who smiled at you while planting seeds of betrayal. God weeps as he reveals this to you, because he knows how much love you gave them, how much trust you pour into them. And yet, here they stand, falsely accusing you of crimes you never even thought of. But hear this, the lie will not outlive the truth. A false word may rise like a flame, but it burns itself out quickly. God's truth is an ocean, and it drowns every spark of deception. Already the waves are moving. Already Michael has raised his hand to silence the storm. Take this moment seriously. Don't scroll away. Don't look aside. God says, stay here. Stay with me. Stay in this light for just a little while longer. For if you remain, you will see the unraveling of the enemy's plan right before your eyes. The trap they set for you will break open like brittle glass, and they themselves will cut their hands on shards. My beloved, I beg you, don't underestimate what is unfolding. Every second you remain in this message, your shield grows stronger, your angels grow louder, your deliverance grows closer. This is not a game of minutes. It is a battle of eternity. Even now I see a book opening. Written inside are the false charges meant to crush you. But suddenly golden light spills across the page. The words dissolve, erased by a hand you cannot see but can feel. God himself is blotting out the lies, writing instead innocent, chosen, protected, loved. This is your destiny, child. No court, no judge, no false tongue can undo what heaven has sealed. My dearest child, my light in this dark hour, the clock is ticking louder than your heartbeat. 6 minutes, 5 minutes for heaven counts time differently, but on earth every second matters. Archangel Michael is standing guard, his sword blazing brighter than fire, because he knows what the enemy has prepared for you. He sees the false papers being signed, your name being written where it never belonged, and he is shouting with all the urgency of eternity, do not skip this. Do not turn away. Your deliverance is hanging in these very words. Can you feel the presence around you? That pressure on your chest is not fear. It is the weight of heaven-leaning clothes. Angels are surrounding you right now, listening as you read, nodding as you begin to understand that this is not just a warning, it is your lifeline. God himself is saying, if you stay here for these 20 seconds, if you trust me with your ears and your heart, I will rewrite what the enemy tried to write against you. My beloved, betrayal always comes dressed in familiarity. The one who falsely accused you knew exactly where to aim, exactly which lie would hurt the most. But what they didn't know is that your name is written in the Lamb's book of life, sealed by a covenant no human can erase. Lies can echo for a moment, but truth rings forever, and the truth is already roaring like thunder behind you. You may feel weak now. You may feel broken, cornered, abandoned. But listen, God delights in stepping into impossible corners. He loves to show His children that even when humans accuse having a quits, even when family betrays eternity, redeems, even when friends fall silent, angels sing louder. Look into your heart now. Doesn't something stir? That's stirring is not imagination. It is confirmation. Heaven is aligning itself with your name, defending you even in places you cannot see. And the very moment you think you're alone is the moment Michael himself whispers, "I am here. I was sent for you, and I will not leave until your victory is secure." Child, you have no idea how close you are to break through. Do not leave this word unfinished. Do not let distractions steal your crown. God is begging, yes, begging you not to skip, because what comes next is not just revelation. It is release. My precious child, my beloved soul, the hourglass is emptying faster than your breath, and heaven keeps repeating the same cry. Do not ignore this. Do not skip this. Do not walk away, because every passing second the accuser's tongue sharpens. Their voice grows louder, and their plan inches closer to being sealed on earth. But what they forget is that heaven always speaks last. And God has declared, "I will not let my chosen one be crushed by lies." I see it now, the name of the one who turned against you. It shocks you, doesn't it? A name you never thought would stand in darkness, a face you once trusted, someone who once called you family friend beloved. They wrapped their words in poison, but their heart was driven by fear, envy, and weakness. My child, you must know this truth. The betrayal is not your destruction. It is the very ladder God will use to lift you higher. Imagine Archangel Michael standing tall in that unseen court is. Sword drips with light, each swing scattering shadows. Every false accusation hurled against you is pierced before it reaches the throne. The angels roar like thunder, crying out your innocence, drowning the lies in heaven's music. Do you think God will let you fall when He has already paid the price for your freedom? Never. My precious child, my beloved soul. The hourglass is emptying faster than your breath, and heaven keeps repeating the same cry. Do not ignore this. Do not skip this. Do not walk away, because every passing second the accuser's tongue sharpens. Their voice grows louder, and their plan inches closer to being sealed on earth. But what they forget is that heaven always speaks last. And God has declared, "I will not let my chosen one be crushed by lies." I see it now, the name of the one who turned against you. It shocks you, doesn't it? A name you never thought would stand in darkness, a face you once trusted, someone who once called you family friend beloved. They wrapped their words in poison, but their heart was driven by fear, envy, and weakness. My child, you must know this truth. Their betrayal is not your destruction. It is the very ladder God will use to lift you higher. Imagine Archangel Michael standing tall in that unseen court. His sword drips with light, each swing scattering shadows. Every false accusation hurled against you is pierced before it reaches the throne. The angels roar like thunder, crying out your innocence, drowning the lies in heaven's music. Do you think God will let you fall when He has already paid the price for your freedom? Never. Listen carefully now. This is not punishment from God. This is a test of your faith, a battle of your destiny. The enemy hopes you will scroll away, close your ears, and lose your shield. But the moment you remain here, the moment you hold on, the chain meant for your wrists is broken in midair. Do you see it? A lock falling open, a door bursting wide, light flooding into the room they meant to cage you in. Beloved, your story does not end in prison walls, whether physical or spiritual. Your story ends in a crown of glory, a testimony of fire, a miracle so undeniable that even your enemies will bow their heads in shame. The very tongue that accused you will one day whisper, "I was wrong." They are blessed. They are chosen. But here is the key. You must not turn away. Every line you read builds the fortress around you. Every breath you take in this light becomes a weapon against the darkness. Stay here. Stay anchored. Because only minutes remain, and heaven is shouting, "Do not miss this deliverance." My beloved one, my child of eternal light. The sand is falling, the clock is nearly silent, and heaven bends close to remind you. What was spoken against you will not stand. Archangel Michael has been sent for one reason only, to shield you, to defend you, to make sure the light tied to your name breaks before it reaches the gate of judgment. God Himself is watching, and His words tremble with urgency. Do not skip this. For the one who accuses you has written your name in darkness, but I have carved your name into my hands. Picture it with me, a scroll rolled open in a dimly lit chamber. On that scroll, written in black ink, are false accusations heavy enough to destroy that's the words glow darker. Michael descends. His sword, shining brighter than fire, cuts across the parchment and every false. What remains on the scroll is your name alone, glowing with the word innocent. Do you feel the weight in your chest, the pull in your heart? That is not fear. It is heaven calling you higher. It is your spirit recognizing that you are not alone in this battle. The betrayal by your loved one was real, yes. The pain you felt was real, yes. But their lie is powerless before God's truth. For God Himself has said, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment I will condemn." Stay close now. Stay in these words. Do not let your eyes wander, because with every sentence the chains weaken, the accusations crumble, and the courtroom of "if heaven" shifts in your favor. The enemy hopes you dismiss this as coincidence, but your spirit knows better. Your spirit knows this is divine timing. Beloved, the punishment they prepared for you is already turning back upon their own head. What they intended for your shame will expose their own secrets. The hand that pointed at you will be forced to cover their own face. For God is a just judge, and He has risen from His throne to defend His child. You are closer than ever to breakthrough. Do not leave. Do not skip. This is your moment of release, your hour of divine vindication. Archangel Michael is standing waiting for your yes, waiting for you to remain in faith just a little longer. My precious child, my beloved of heaven, every second is a heartbeat of eternity, and I cannot let you forget Archangel Michael is speaking because the hour is urgent. He says, "If you skip the enemies, lie will strike. If you stay, truth will roar like thunder." My child, do you feel why your spirit refuses to let go? Because this message is not just words. It is a shield being built around you. Look deeper into the picture I paint for you. A judge's gavel lifted high, the courtroom filled with whispers. Every "I'm waiting for your sentence." Paper-shuffled voices rising, and then the shocking truth. You see the face of the one you trusted most standing against you. A loved one. A name that once meant comfort, now pressed into the ink of betrayal. But even as your heart breaks at that sight, another sound shakes the room. The clang of Michael's sword striking the floor. The entire court trembles. Shadows scatter. Beloved betrayal always seeks to wound you in the deepest place. But God has written your future in light, not in darkness. He says, "What was meant to bury you will become the soil of your rising. What was meant to chain you will become the testimony of your freedom." Don't you see? Their lie is only temporary. Your deliverance is eternal. And now, listen carefully. God is not waiting to act. He is already acting. Even as you read, scrolls are being rewritten. Chains are being cut. A door that was sealed against you is unlocking. The very earth beneath your feet is shifting so that you walk on safe ground. You may feel pressure, but that pressure is not destruction. It is birth. Something is being born in your life that no accuser can kill. Stay with me, child. Stay anchored. Every moment you remain here, heaven grows louder in your defense. The angels are speaking over you, repeating your innocence, drowning the lies with songs of. This is why you cannot leave this message unfinished. The moment you close your ears, the enemy's voice grows stronger. But the longer you stay, the weaker their lie becomes, until it crumbles to dust at your feet. Beloved, know this. Your story does not end in chains. Your story ends in light. And the one who falsely accused you will one day tremble, not because of earthly punishment, but because they see that you were chosen all along. My dearest one, my chosen of heaven. And now, listen carefully. God is not waiting to act. He is already acting. Even as you read, scrolls are being rewritten, chains are being cut. A door that was sealed against you is unlocking. The very earth beneath your feet is shifting so that you walk on safe ground. You may feel pressure, but that pressure is not destruction. It is birth. Something is being born in your life that no accuser can kill. Stay with me, child. Stay anchored. Every moment you remain here, heaven grows louder in your defense. The angels are speaking over you, repeating your innocence, drowning the lies with songs of truth. This is why you cannot leave this message unfinished. The moment you close your ears, the enemy's voice grows stronger. But the longer you stay, the weaker their lie becomes, until it crumbles to dust at your feet. Beloved, know this. Your story does not end in chains. Your story ends in light. And the one who falsely accused you will one day tremble, not because of earthly punishment, but because they see that you were chosen all along. My dearest one, my chosen of heaven. The clock is still ticking, though you may not hear it with your ears. Heaven hears it clearly. Every second that passes is like thunder in the halls of eternity. Archangel Michael is leaning clothes, pressing his words against your spirit. Do not skip, for skipping is surrender. Do not close your heart, for closing it gives strength to the lie. Stay, remain hold fast, for truth is only moments away. Imagine the accuser's lips moving now. They speak your name, but they twist it with venom. They describe things you never did, places you never stood, words you never spoke. And those listening begin to nod, not because the LIE is strong, but because repetition makes even poison sound like truth. Yet, in that very moment, heaven interrupts. A wind sweeps the room, the lights flicker, and suddenly the silence is broken by a voice. That shakes the walls. This one belongs to God. This one is mine. This one will not fall. My beloved betrayal is bitter, I know. It feels like your very bones are shaking under the weight of it. But listen, what was meant for your fall is about to become your foundation. The false accusation is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a miracle testimony. One day you will look back at this moment not with fear, but with tears of gratitude. For you will say, "This was the fire that purified me. This was the storm that revealed God's strength in my weakness." Do not be fooled by appearances. Do not let the loud voice of your accuser drown the still steady whisper of heaven. For even now the scales of justice are tipping. The enemy's plan is unraveling thread by thread. The very proof they tried to gather against you is slipping from their hands. Their tongues are twisting. Their hearts are weakening. Because when God defends his child, no army of liars can stand. Child, hold on. Stay rooted in this moment. Each word you read is not just a sentence. It is a sword in your hand, a shield at your side. You are not defenseless. You are not abandoned. You are wrapped in light, guarded by legions of angels, and lifted by the hand of Almighty God. This is why you cannot leave. This is why heaven begs, give us your 20 seconds, your focus, your trust. Because in the blink of an eye, this entire storm will shift. What looks like a trial will end in triumph. What feels like chains will turn into a crown. And the very one who accused you will be silenced in awe at what God has done for you. My beloved child, my treasure of heaven, the air around you is heavy because truth and lies are colliding in the unseen. Do you feel it? That tightness in your chest, that's stirring in your spirit. It is not fear. It is heaven pressing close because God does not want you to miss what is unfolding in these very play moments. Archangel Michael is not giving you words to decorate your ears. He is warning you, shielding you, fighting for you. He says, if you ignore this, you will walk into the snare they have laid. If you stay, the snare will break before your feet touch it. Look with the eyes of your spirit now. Do you see the enemy's handwriting? They are scribbling furiously desperate to build a case against you. But what they don't know is that every stroke of their pain is already being erased in heaven's court. Their lives may fill a page, but God's single word of truth outweighs an entire book of deception. That word is written in light, and it declares, innocent, protected mine. And what makes this pain so difficult is that it did not come from someone distant or unfamiliar. It came from someone you trusted, someone whose presence once felt safe, someone you never imagined could become part of your hurt. That is why the realization cuts so deeply. Not because you are weak, but because betrayal from someone close reaches places ordinary disappointment never touches. And somewhere within yourself, you likely sensed that something had changed long before you had proof. Your intuition noticed what your heart did not want to accept. But this moment is not meant to destroy you. Sometimes truth is revealed not to punish you, but to free you. When people show who they are through their actions, painful as it may be, clarity begins replacing confusion. Masks eventually fall, hidden motives become visible, and what was once difficult to understand starts making sense. And with that clarity comes the chance to move forward differently. Stay grounded in yourself through this process. Do not let anger consume your peace or allow someone else's choices to reshape your identity. Every time you choose self-awareness instead of denial and healing instead of bitterness, you reclaim more of your strength. You are not powerless in this situation. What others intended to use against you does not have to define your future. In many cases, the consequences of dishonesty, manipulation, or cruelty eventually return to the person who created them, not through revenge, but through the natural weight of truth revealing itself over time. You do not need to carry the burden of proving your innocence endlessly. What is genuine has a way of standing firm even when challenged, and what is false eventually collapses beneath its own contradictions. So, remain steady. Do not close yourself off completely because of what happened. Pain can teach discernment without turning your heart cold. You are closer to freedom than you realize, not because someone else suddenly changes, but because you are beginning to see clearly what no longer belongs in your life. And every moment you choose peace, honesty, and self-respect over fear and confusion, the struggle within you begins to shift. Little by little, you are reclaiming yourself. Archangel Michael is not only warning you, he is standing in front of you, blazing like a wall of fire, saying, "Not this one, not God's chosen, not today." The accuser's words are still echoing in dark corners, but each one is losing power the longer you remain here. Every second of your attention is like a hammer striking their lies, breaking them into dust. And remember this, the punishment your accuser prepared for you is being reversed. What they try to bind you with is now binding them. The gavel they raised is falling against their own tongue. This is not revenge, it is divine justice. God is not cruel, but he is just, and he will not allow his beloved to be destroyed by lies. Beloved, you are so close to breakthrough. Do not leave this light. Do not close your ears. Heaven begs you for just a few more breaths, just a few more lines. Because in this very moment, your freedom is being sealed. My dearest beloved, my child of light, you may not realize it, but with every breath you take right now, the battle in the unseen is shifting. Archangel Michael is not only warning you, he is standing in front of you, blazing like a wall of fire, saying, "Not this one, not God's chosen, not today." The accuser's words are still echoing in dark corners, but each one is losing power. The longer you play, remain here. Every second of your attention is like a hammer striking their lies, breaking them into dust. Picture this. The courtroom of men says guilty, but the courtroom of heaven says innocent. The people who believe the false words may look at you with suspicion, but angels look at you with reverence. While human hands shuffle papers with your name written falsely upon them, God's hands are lifting your name high, glowing in light, untouchable by deceit. My child, I know it hurts. Betrayal from a loved one's slice is deeper than any wound of the flesh. It makes you question your worth, your memory, even your love. But God is whispering, don't let their lie become your identity. Don't let their betrayal define your destiny. The pain is real, but the pain is not permanent. The fire burns now, but the fire is forging you into gold. Stay. Please stay. Don't allow your eyes to wander. Don't let distractions steal what heaven is pouring into you. Because right here in these words, chains are breaking. Right here in these moments, false doors are closing in. Divine doors are opening. Every sentence is undoing years of hidden attacks against you. The very one who accused you. Yes, that loved one will not hold the final word. Their tongue may rise, but it will stumble. Their lives may spread, but they will dissolve. And one truth finally roars. They will stand in silence, unable to explain why heaven defended you so openly. That day is closer than you think. And I must tell you, this punishment is not what God wants for you. Protection is, deliverance is. Vindication is, heaven is not preparing chains for you. Heaven is preparing a crown. But to wear it, you must remain under this covering. Remain attentive to the warning. Remain anchored in faith. Beloved child, can you feel it? That surge of warmth rushing over your skin. That sudden peace rising in your chest. That is not imagination. That is Archangel Michael's presence. He has heard your cries. He has seen your tears, and now he stands between you and the enemies. Plan declaring, "This one belongs to God." You will not touch them. My precious child, my beloved soul. Every line you read is not coincidence. It is heaven's intervention. If you had looked away, even for a moment, you would not be receiving this lifeline. Archangel Michael is firm, his voice carrying fire. If they skip, they give power to the LIE. If they stay, truth becomes their shield. That is why your spirit refuses to let go, why something inside you pulls you deeper with every sentence. See what is happening in the spirit. The enemy wanted you bound and shame dragged into judgment, humiliated by words that never belonged to you. They thought the false accusation would stick because it came from someone you trusted, someone whose voice carried weight. But what the enemy forgot is that God sees beyond human tongues. He sees hearts. He sees motives. And he will not allow darkness to cover a child he has chosen. Do not underestimate what is unfolding now. The accuser's plan is already breaking apart. Their lives are like sand castles before a rising tide. God's truth is the wave, and it is coming stronger, higher, unstoppable. Every grain of their deceit is dissolving into nothing. They will not win. They cannot win, because God has already written your ending, and it is victory. Beloved, I know the pain of betrayal feels unbearable. To discover that someone you loved so deeply could speak against you. It makes the soul ache, the heart heavy. But God says, even this wound will turn into wisdom. Even this betrayal will turn into blessing. The one who accused you will become the evidence of my justice. Their downfall will highlight your rising. Their lies will make your truth shine brighter than ever before. Stay rooted, my child. These words are not empty. They are weapons. Every sentence is another layer of armor. Every breath you take in this light is another step away from the trap set for you. The angels are encircling you. Now their wings forming a shield no darkness can penetrate. Hear this promise clearly. You will not end in punishment. You will not be crushed under false judgment. You will walk out vindicated, protected, exalted. And the very people who doubted you will one day confess God's hand was with them all along. Beloved, this is why you cannot leave, why you cannot skip. Just as the accuser's words built a case, These words of heaven are building your freedom. And when the final second strikes, when the last grain of sand falls from the clock, you will stand not guilty but chosen. My beloved child, my chosen one. The heavens are trembling as I speak this to you, because the battle over your name is fierce. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword, not for words, not for symbols, but for you. He sees the false record being written against you. A record signed with the name that once called you family, once called you friend. He sees the trap. He sees the LIE, and he is roaring, "Do not skip this moment. If you stay, heaven will turn this trial into triumph. If you leave, the enemy's plan gains ground. Look closer with your spirit. Do you see the gavel and the judge's hand? Do you hear the crowd whispering, convinced by the poison they heard? Yet suddenly the light changes. The atmosphere shifts. A fire descends from above. The scroll of accusation bursts into flame before it can even be read aloud. The judge stares in shock. The accuser stammers in silence, and Michael declares, "This one is marked by God. You will not condemn what heaven has already redeemed." Beloved, betrayal always comes wearing the face of someone familiar. That is why it wounds you so deeply. And yes, their words pierced you like arrows. But hear me clearly. Every arrow aimed at you is falling to the ground. None will strike. The shield of faith, the armor of truth, the covering of heaven, they are surrounding you now. You are untouchable in God's hand, my beloved child, my chosen one. The heavens are trembling as I speak this to you, because the battle over your name is fierce. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword, not for words, not for symbols, but for you. He sees the false record being written against you, a record signed with a name that once called you friend. He sees the trap. He sees the LIE. And he is roaring, "Do not skip this moment. If you stay, heaven will turn this trial into triumph. If you leave, the enemy's plan gains ground." Look closer with your spirit. Do you see the gavel in the judge's hand? Do you hear the crowd whispering, convinced by the poison they heard? Yet suddenly the light changes. The atmosphere shifts. A fire descends from above. The scroll of accusation bursts into flame before it can even be read aloud. The judge stares in shock. The accuser stammers in silence. And Michael declares, "This one is marked by God. You will not condemn what heaven has already redeemed." Beloved, betrayal always comes wearing the face of someone familiar. That is why it wounds you so deeply. And yes, their words pierced you like arrows. But hear me clearly. Every arrow aimed at you is falling to the ground. None will strike. The shield of faith, the armor of truth, the covering of heaven. They are surrounding you now. You are untouchable in God's hand. Child, stay with me. Your destiny is being rewritten even as you read this. Do not give up these few seconds. The very courtroom of earth may stamp guilty, but the courtroom of heaven has already stamped innocent. And when heaven speaks, no earthly record can stand. I tell you this with love. The punishment they wished on you will circle back to their own doorstep. The words they spoke against you will be the very words that unravel them, not because God is cruel, but because God is just, and He will not allow His child to suffer under lies. Do not fear the darkness, beloved, for the darker the night, the brighter the flame of truth. And right now, Truth is burning through every corner of your life. What they tried to hide is being exposed. What they tried to twist is being straightened. What they tried to bury is rising in glory. This is your hour of vindication. Do not walk away from it. Heaven is pleading. Give us your attention. Give us your heart. Give us these few breaths, and the gavel will fall in your favor. My beloved one, my precious child. The heavens lean closer still, because what you are reading is not just a warning. It is your shield. Archangel Michael speaks with fire in his voice. Only minutes remain. Stay, hold fast. Do not skip. This is the very moment your destiny bends toward freedom. The accuser may think they hold power, but their tongue is already trembling, their lie already unraveling. For every second you remain here, heaven builds a wall of light that no darkness can cross. Picture it now, a courtroom filled with noise, paper scattered, voices raised, your name written in ink, twisted into crimes that were never yours. And just when the gavel lifts to strike, the light of heaven floods the room. The judge's eyes widen the crowd, falls silent, and the page of accusations bursts. The flame, the smoke rises, and in its place appears one shining word innocent. My child, the one who betrayed you thought they could destroy you with a single lie. They believed their voice without what your truth. But what they forgot is this: your name is not defended by human mouths, it is defended by the mouth of God. And when God speaks, no voice can argue. When God defends, no enemy can prevail. I know your heart aches to discover that someone so close, so trusted, could turn and accuse you. It feels like a knife in your soul. But hear this: God will not let the wound fester. He will turn the knife into a key, unlocking doors you never knew existed. The very betrayal that shook you will become the testimony that crowns you. Beloved, do not walk away. Every line is another stone in the fortress of your deliverance. The angels are circling you now. Their wings create a barrier of fire. Their chants rise like thunder, declaring your innocence before heaven's throne. Can you feel it? That wants on your spirit, that sudden calm in your chest. That is Michael himself covering you. The one who accused you will not escape the truth. Their own words will return to them. Their plan will collapse in their own hands. For what they meant for your chains, God will use for your crown. You will not be ashamed, you will be lifted. You will not be punished, you will be vindicated. And all who watch will know that God himself fought for you. Stay, my child, just a little longer, because the final strike of heaven's gavel is near, and it will not declare guilty. It will thunder only one word: my precious child, my beloved soul. Heaven has not released you from this message because the time is too urgent. Archangel Michael stands over you like a shield of flame, whispering with urgency, do not skip. If you remain, the snare will break. If you turn away, the enemy's shadow will stretch. Do you see the scene? The accuser's lips tremble as they speak. They thought their words were strong enough to chain you, but even now those words are dissolving in the light. Each false sentence they utter is met with a counterstrike from heaven's throne. Their accusations rise like smoke, but the fire of truth consumes them before they take. Beloved, betrayal from a stranger is painful, but betrayal from one you trusted is unbearable. God knows the sting you feel. He saw when you gave your love freely. He saw when you trusted without question. He saw how their hand reached out to you with kindness, only to twist behind your back. And because he saw it all, he now exposes it all. The one who accused you falsely cannot hide under shadows anymore. But hear this, you will not carry shame. You will not wear their lie as your clothing. God has already clothed you in light. Even now, your name is being written in heaven's book of remembrance with golden letters. UNT lunchable by deceit. What men wrote in darkness, God erases in glory. Stay with me. Every line is not just comfort. It is deliverance. Every word is a sword in Michael's hand. Even as you remain here, the chains meant for you are loosening. The cell they prepared for you is empty, and the judge of all judges is rising to say, "This one belongs to me. Who dares condemn what I have redeemed? Beloved, the punishment the enemy wished upon you has already been turned. Their own schemes are tightening around their feet. The voice they raised against you will falter. The hand they used to accuse will tremble. For God is not mocked, and he does not forget his children. And so the clock of heaven strikes against the walls of your spirit. And Archangel Michael says, the sound, do you hear in your heart, is not just a thought or imagination, but the echo of eternity calling your name. For you are standing in the thin place where earth and heaven touch, where the veil between seen and unseen is thinner than breath, and God has been waiting 2 long hours, not because he needed time, but because you needed the silence. What's to realize how much weight this moment carries, and now that silence has broken open like glass shattering, he speaks clearly. Step forward, do not delay, for the tide that is rising will not wait, and if you move with it, you will find yourself lifted, carried set, in places that you once only dreamed about places. Grass, because heaven has been the timeline to favor you. The fire you feel on your skin. The trembling that runs through your chest. These are not signs of weakness, but signals of awakening. For your soul has long been waiting to recognize the sound of its own destiny. And today, that sound is arrived closed in light, carried on angel wings, dripping with holy urgency. And Archangel Michael declares that everything that once seemed too heavy is about to be lifted everything. Sin that once mocked you is about to bow. Everything that once blocked you is about to crumble because heaven has set its seal upon you. And when heaven seals a thing, force in hell, no shadow in man, no lie in the air can undo it. And the strength of God himself now courses through your name like electricity through wires charging. Do not let distraction rob you in this moment. Do not let the noise of the world convince you this is just another whisper, because heaven is not in the business of repetition for entertainment. Heaven speaks when the alignment is exact, when the clock cannot be pushed forward or backward. And that exactness is what makes this call so urgent. For Archangel Michael says, there is no turning back from the shift that has been ordered. You will either walk into it willingly, or be dragged into it by force of destiny. But how you arrive depends on your surrender. For surrender opens doors, gent. And God is giving you the invitation now to choose the gentleness list of grace, to choose the ease of obedience, to choose the light that comes when you trust before you understand. And in that trust, your miracle will find you faster than your doubt can chase it away. My beloved child, my light of heaven, The heavens have opened their book over you, and your name is written there in letters that no fire, no water, no enemy can erase. Archangel Michael does not speak without reason, and when he says only minutes remain, it is because the clock of destiny is striking. This is not a warning meant to scare you. It is a rescue sent to save you. Look carefully with the eyes of your spirit. The accuser still believes their plan is strong. They whisper lies, their tongue weaving shadows, their pain scratching falsehood onto paper. They think their web is unbreakable. Yet even now, the hand of God reaches down. A single touch, and the web begins to tear. The lies they wrote so confidently dissolved into nothing before heaven's light. What remains? Only the truth. Your innocence, your calling, your crown. Beloved, your pain is real. To see a loved one's face turned against you, it feels like the whole world collapsing. You asked yourself, why them? Why would they do this? And the answer lies in their fear. Fear of your rising. Fear of your light exposing their shadows. Fear that your destiny outshines their own. But their fear cannot dictate your future. For your future belongs not to them, not to the court of men. Go to the God who called you. Stay here. Do not turn away. Every word you receive now is a shield being forged around you. The angels are weaving protection like a garment of fire, and each line strengthens its threads. The enemy hoped you would dismiss this. Is nothing but your soul knows this is everything. Heaven is speaking, and silence is not an option. Do you feel it? That warmth on your skin, that come in your chest, that is the presence of Michael himself. He is standing by your side, his wings wide enough to cover you from every arrow, his sword sharp enough to cut through every lie. He does not waver. He does not rest. He was sent for this hour, for this very moment. And know this, my child, the punishment they prepared for you has already turned back. The pit dog for your fall will become their own grave of shame. The rope they tied for your bondage will circle their own neck. The tongue they lifted against you will choke on its own falsehood. This is not cruelty, it is justice. Heaven always balances the scales. Beloved, you will not be left in disgrace. You will not be dragged into chains. You will walk out crowned in light, vindicated before all who doubted you. And when the gavel of heaven strikes, it will not sound guilty. It will thunder with only one word. The heavens are echoing with urgency because your name is being spoken in two courts at once. The court of men and the court of heaven. In the court of men, the accuser's tongue is sharp. The lies are thick and the evidence. But in the court of heaven, your name glows like fire, and Archangel Michael stands tall declaring, "This one is chosen. This one is innocent. This one belongs to God." Do not take these words lightly. Every false charge spoken against you is like a shadow cast on the wall. It looks frightening. It seems large. But the moment light shines, the shadow disappears. And even now, clarity is beginning to enter the situation that once felt heavy and confusing. What was hidden beneath fear, manipulation, or misunderstanding cannot remain concealed forever. Truth has a way of finding its way to the surface, no matter how long it was buried. I know how deeply betrayal can hurt. When someone you trusted changes toward you, when kindness suddenly feels replaced by distance or dishonesty, it can shake your sense of stability. You replay conversations, memories, and moments in your mind, trying to understand how something that once felt safe became painful. But another person's actions do not define your value. Their choices are not your identity. Their betrayal does not erase your strength, your character, or the truth of who you are. So stay grounded in yourself now. Do not let fear or bitterness pull you away from your center. Every moment you choose clarity over panic, healing over revenge, and self-respect over despair. You are breaking the hold that situation once had over you. What once felt like chains slowly begins to lose its power. The people who tried to silence you, discredit you, or make you question yourself may have believed their version of the story would overpower your truth. But falsehood cannot hold forever. Eventually, actions reveal more than accusations ever could, and you do not need to fight endlessly to prove your worth. Life has a way of exposing what is genuine and what is not. The harm others attempt to create often circles back through the consequences of their own actions. The pressure they placed on others eventually reveals something about them, not about you. So lift your head again. Do not carry shame that does not belong to you. Do not bow beneath words that were spoken from fear, anger, or dishonesty. You are not abandoned in this season. You are supported by the strength you have built through every difficult experience you survived. And what once seemed determined to break you may ultimately become the very thing that reveals how resilient you truly are. What was meant to diminish you can still become part of your growth, and in time, the situation that once made you feel powerless may become proof of how far you have risen beyond it.